Alright everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Astrolux EC03 6700 Lumen flashlight. Alright everybody, welcome back. So before I begin, like I said, I went on Banggood, I ordered a bunch of stuff. This is one of the things I ordered, and I found out that they're having their Prime sale. It is good till July 10th, not January, July 10th. So check them out. I have a bunch of links down below with all the different stuff that's on sale, so check them out. Anyway, this is one of the items that was on sale. It is on sale. I didn't even realize it was when I bought it. But what I wanted to do was get a high lumen flashlight. I've done a ton of flashlight reviews. I have a ton of flashlights. I don't have anything over like 25 or 3,000 lumens. I wanted something a little bit brighter. So this is a 6700 lumen flashlight. Fairly easy to carry, although not pocketable. I wouldn't, carry this as an EDC flashlight. But what I wanted this for is for searching out stuff in complete darkness. Around here, we have darkness. There are no street lights. There are some around town, but not as a general rule. And if you go up into the mountains or anything, you're going to be in complete and total darkness. Great for looking at the stars, but not so great when you want to see what's going on around you. So far I've found this to be a pretty nice flashlight. This has 3 luminous SST40 LEDs. Nice smooth orange peel reflector. It takes both 21700 batteries and 18650 batteries, and it has a USB-C port on the back here for rechargeability. I found with the 18650s, charges them up really, really quick. I was really shocked. I mean, I had one that was probably about halfway, and within an hour it was full. Another thing about the lens here is it's non-reflecting coating lens, so you don't get that funky little hue that you get with some other lenses. This is a nice bright white light, and we'll take it outside and test it later. This has so many features on it. We'll get into all the features in a minute. But this is IPX8 rated, so that's another plus. It can get wet, you don't have to worry about it. Really nice cooling fin on each side here. And one of the nice things about the cooling fins I found, aside from them actually doing their job and keeping the flashlight cool, is it kind of lets you index the button, the power button. There is no back button on this. So while you're kind of futzing around here looking for the button, you're like, oh, I'm on the side. You know you're on the side. It's not like other flashlights that are smooth all the way around and you're like doing this thing. Where's the button? Where's the button in the dark? You feel right here, that's the charge. You feel right here, oh yeah, there we go, there's my button. Now you can configure this button. You'll notice it's green when I turn it on. You can configure this button to be a permanent on state, so it'll always be kind of a dim green to let you know, to a yellow, to a red. So you can do that. I prefer not to because I don't want to drain the battery. For me, I can just turn it on and see how it's doing. I mean, I've always been a believer of if you turn it on and it doesn't work, guess what? You need to recharge or replace the battery. So, all in all, pretty cool. I like the feel of the flashlight itself. I like the knurling, kind of this crosshatch kind of thing here on the battery tube. Really nice in your hand. So let's take a look on the inside. Take a look at the control head here and see what it is. Alright, so we're inside. Take a look at the driver there. You'll notice that has a big brass button there, so you can use either flat top or button batteries. Definitely nice construction on it. It doesn't have that sloppy look. It looks like somebody actually took their time to machine this well, put it together well, and it definitely has that feel. So, let's put it back together, and I'll give you some more info on it. Alright, so the weight on this is 175 grams. Bezels, you got 48.5 millimeters wide. The length of the whole flashlight is 126 millimeters. Definitely a nice little, not too big, powerful, but not too huge in your hand flashlight. I kind of like the fact that you've got the cooling pins up front because you can keep your hand back. It's a little bit wider up on the top here. When I was running this outside, you'll see the test later. It did warm up a little bit because it was on the highest mode, the turbo mode. But it didn't warm up anywhere where it would hurt my hands. But it's nice to have your hand back there, so you kind of have that little bit of a support, little edge there, in case it does get warm. So, very cool little design on it. Now, the user interfaces. Oh my gosh, this thing has user interfaces like crazy. I couldn't even begin to do an easy, 10 to 15 minute video. I'd be here all afternoon. Let me put it like this. Those are all the different user interfaces. And it is fairly simple to understand. When I first looked at this, I was like, what the heck? But all in all, it's pretty easy to use and understand. Everything is pretty much controlled from this button, and you'll see here. So you have smooth ramping or stepped ramping. I have it in stepped right now, and when you double click, you go straight to turbo, and that's way too bright for in here. But it is a cool little thing. One of the things about the smooth ramping is that it's kind of a smooth kind of up. You're slowly going up, and you just push down and hold the button. Same with the stepped ramping here. I'm pushing it, you'll notice it's getting brighter and brighter, and then lower and lower. And it's not too fast, so you have a second there to go, oh yeah, I like that light level, I'm going to keep it. It's not like boom, 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 and you're done. So, anywhere you go on this light, from totally off to on, once you double click, you will be on turbo. To access the different blinking modes, now there are a ton of blinking modes. There's everything from thunderstorm to flash to, you name it, there's tons of different blinking modes in it. You will do 3 clicks and then hold. You'll see that there. I believe that's thunderstorm. It's supposed to simulate a thunderstorm. Kind of letting you look at it. Come on, flash now. There we go. So you see, that's kind of cool too. It's got a bunch of different modes. I'm going to read them off. You've got a candle, lightning storm, tactical strobe, bike flasher, and party strobe. Why you'd need a party strobe and a flashlight, I don't know. But definitely a cool little thing. So it's simple enough to get in there, really easy to deal with. You do have momentary mode on this too as well. When you want to light up targets, you can just kind of quickly look at it and turn it off. Real easy, very simple to use. I like the bezel. It's not a tactical bezel. It's not like you're going to use something for self-defense like some of the other Surefires with the sharp little points on the end. But it definitely has a little offset, so when you're putting it down, you're not putting that bezel directly on something. And if you had to use it for self-defense, I definitely wouldn't want to get hit with it. So, definitely a cool little light. Now this also has an electronic lockout for safety. If you want to keep this somewhere and you don't want somebody to hurt themselves with it, you push this 4 times and you just let it be. You can use this for a momentary low light as well. When it's in lockout mode, you just push the button and you'll see it'll light up as long as you push the button. So that's kind of handy too if you're going to be having this somewhere where you don't want it to turn on and possibly burn something, because it does get hot. Let's take a look at it outside, see how it performs. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit here and tell you, yes, I've already played with this outside and it's unbelievably bright. So let's roll in the footage from the night before and show you how well this thing works. Alright, so we got dusk here. It's actually a lot darker than the camera is showing. But I want to show you the ramp up mode on this flashlight. Let's ramp it down first. Okay. Now, we're going to start with a ramp up. Very, very low. I don't know if you can see that, but there is some light there. It's kind of like moonlight mode. And we're going to ramp it up to its higher level. Now I'm going to show you the flashlight in my hand here. See how it ramps up? Nice and bright. That thing is bright. Now let's take it to turbo. There you go. Let's just kind of look around here. See just how ridiculously bright this flashlight is. That's lighting up about 200 yards away from me. Take it up to the palm tree. There you go. Definitely super, super bright. You can see the pollen in the air moving around under it. So let's try one more shot, going directly across, and see how well that works. Alright, so now we got houses here, so I can't just randomly flash this light in somebody's house. But here you go. Take it up to turbo. I want you to see just how bright that is. I mean, that's lighting up those houses like 200 yards away. That is incredibly bright. So, definitely got power to it. You see you have a nice big wide beam here. It is focused, but it's nice big and wide. And immediately, I could take this down, right down to say, medium level there. And you see it's still fairly bright. So I'm definitely pleased with the performance so far. But let's get it inside and finish up the review. Alright, so you see that's pretty darn impressive. I was really, especially the height, when I get it up into my palm trees, and you can see everything clear as day. That's really, really cool. The distance on it is amazing. Our street is low like this, and each side kind of ramps up on our street. So when I shine a flashlight across the street, you see that ramp up to where the houses are. That thing was up and down and all the way down to like houses 200 yards away. I don't know if it showed up too well on video, but I was literally lighting up a house 200 yards away with this flashlight. And I didn't want to do that for too long because I don't want to freak the people out in the house. But definitely works very, very well. And it is bright. I mean, like I said, I've never had a flashlight this bright before. With all the flashlight reviews I've done, That's the brightest one I got right now. Also, too, this is a word for you folks who may be a little skeptical. I'm of the mind that when I buy something, if it's not super reliable but it's cool, I may keep it, but in a real SHTF situation, I wouldn't grab it. I'd grab something else. This, I'd grab, no questions asked. It works perfectly and flawlessly. It has not given me the slightest bit of trouble. It has not been odd or weird in any way. You know, sometimes you try something out and it doesn't fully work, or this one's perfect. I know, that's really, really boosted my confidence in it for the price. So let's get into the price. Now, I've looked up, you know, 6,700 to 7,000, 8,000 lumen flashlights. They're all pretty expensive. This one is $54.95, so 55 bucks. That is expensive for a flashlight, don't get me wrong. And I don't normally do super, super expensive flashlights. But I think it's a good mid-range kind of budget flashlight if you really need something that can reach out and light up an area. You did notice in the video it's got a really, really nice flood, but yet it's very focused. It's a very bright light with that wide kind of flood there, but it's also focused on what you're pointing at as well. So that's kind of cool. I think that has to do with the LEDs myself personally. I like the fact that there's multiples, because you get the bottom kind of wide area flood, yet that one on top kind of punches out. I've always found that with like three head flashlights. The two on the bottom seem to kind of spread, and then the one on top seems to jut out and get up really far. So I do like the flood on it. It lit up the whole front of my house. When I took this across the street, I obviously, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to show you my street address, but right across the street from me, I took this over there. It lit up the entire front of my house, even lit up my antennas and everything from about 75 yards away. So that's pretty impressive. If you need a whole area lit up like daylight, that's the way to go. Now, it's got this 5700K tint. It's really nice so far. It's got a far better beam than a lot of flashlights I've tried before. So it's got a nice bright white light, but it's not that obnoxious white, and it's not that kind of yellowy, kind of dingy look to it either. It's a good middle-of-the-road kind of deal. So this is definitely going to be one of my new favorite flashlights. I can see myself keeping it out here and using it. When we've lost power out here, let me tell you, this street gets dark. Everything gets dark, you know. Most of the time, our neighbors keep their lights on at night, you know, and we're lit up a little bit. But having something like this that can light up a neighborhood, I mean, I can point this down my street and light up the entire block, and I'm about, a quarter of a mile from the end of my street. That's really handy. So definitely going to be one of my new favorites. Probably get this if I had to go out at night and take a walk, you know. You can, the good part about it is you can do that, you know, low level, so it's just kind of for you. But the minute you see something you want to check out, double click and boom, you're on there, 6,700 lumens. It will take both types of batteries, so you can do it with the 21700s or the 18650s. I did try a through night 21700 battery, and for some reason they have this plastic ring around the top where the button is. So the plastic ring blocks it from hitting that brass. So I'm going to have to order some. I have an 18650 in here now. I've seen no performance issues whatsoever. It does have an adapter inside. Let me show you that really, really quick so this video doesn't get ridiculously long. There you go. And you will hear that. You'll hear the adapter. You won't hear the battery flopping around, but you'll hear the adapter moving inside the light sometimes. So just something to be aware of. Really not difficult to use, and I've seen no performance issues with using an 18650 in it. I am going to order a 21700 for the future, but for now, hey, that's good. I got a bunch of 18650s. So the price on it, like I said, $54.95. There will be a link down below where you can go and click on it. This will be on sale during their Prime Summer Sale, and all underneath that link where this is going to be is a ton of other links for deals they're having. They're having all sorts of different deals on different days, so check them out. This was totally unexpected. I just ordered a bunch of stuff from Banggood, and they kind of reached out to me and said, hey, don't forget to mention all our sales, you know. So there's a bunch of sales going on, and you can check them out from there. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.